In this video we're going to talk about the perfect downswing sequence, and what I'm also going to do is give you a drill just for sometimes there are different opinions with the downswing sequence. You watch some videos where people say, oh, you've got to pull the arm down, other videos which say you've got to rotate first. And what I'm going to do is give you my opinion on what you should be doing, because it works really well with online students and people that come to visit for lessons. But also, like I say, the drill should really impact your decision on what you should be doing moving forward. So what we're trying to do when it comes to the sequence is a multitude of things. We are trying to develop the most athletic way to swing the golf club, and the way we do that is we use the ground. The other way that we're trying to do is we're trying to basically deliver the club in towards the impact area with as little, shall we say, sort of manipulation of the hands as possible. And the way we do that is by navigating rotation. So if we don't have any body rotation, you're going to feel the hands are, the club head's overtaking the hands. If we can rotate the body through, then you're going to feel that the hands stay much more effortless coming in towards that hitting area as well. So first things first, using the ground for that sort of sequence. Well, the way you're going to use the ground, in my opinion, is, yes, obviously you're going to be pushing pressure in a downward fashion, but I also wouldn't underestimate the importance of horizontal movement in terms of beneath the feet. So when we are moving, one of the things, again, I stress to a lot of my students is, look, your legs are going to straighten in the golf swing, and they're going to straighten because the pelvis is rotating, but you want to not consciously try and straighten it. You want to feel like that leg stays flexed. So in the backswing, you want to try and feel like that trail leg stays flexed, and you're turning that pelvis into the leg to create a load. And with the leg staying flexed, that helps you push pressure in towards the ground. But you're also going to feel a horizontal force because that pelvis is moving into that leg. So it's that friction beneath the foot that helps, again, compound that resistance in towards the floor. As you initiate the downswing, what you're really trying to do then is, again, get this feeling of the pelvis moving downward in towards the lead leg. That, again, is going to obviously push pressure back down in towards the floor, and then as you come in towards the hit, you can use that energy to stand up. Reference the importance of the rotation. I think the easiest way to sort of visualize this is if you sort of imagined yourself hitting a couple of little chip shots. The first one, I want you to try and chip the ball like a little chip and run, but what I want you to do is sort of chip the ball, say 50 yards, but keep your head down and don't allow your chest or anything to move through, and you'll feel how hands and arms you are. The second one, what I want you to do is open up your stance, so you're literally, pelvis, chest is pretty much facing towards the target, and then let yourself move through, and what you'll notice is the way that you feel your hands can almost stay much straighter coming in towards the hit. So those two things really sort of symbolize the importance of how we actually use the ground and the importance of rotation to that liberation of not excessive hand motion. Aside from that then, what's the drill for the perfect sequence? Well, I would do some lead arm only swings. And the reason why is that we use the ground, we trigger rotation. But fundamentally, to become consistent in golf, you have to get your hands ahead of that club head at the point of impact. That's the big thing that you need to be doing, like so. The thing that's going to really influence that is a lot to do with the location of the lead shoulder. So if I sort of start my downswing and I rotate, so I move my pelvis and I rotate my chest towards the target, what's going to happen is even if I put a lot of pressure here onto my lead arm, almost pushing it upward, what will happen is that as I rotate, it will move my lead shoulder over towards my lead ankle line. So my hands are coming down as a byproduct of that movement, and you can experiment with this at home. You can literally get somebody to push your arm up in the air, and as long as you rotate towards your lead side, your hand's always going to come down as a byproduct of this moving. So as I then continue, and I then continue to rotate, obviously then my hands are going to drop down, and they're going to be in a location where they're more over the ball. So the best drill for anybody who is suffering with a downswing sequence, in my opinion, is just to do some lead arm only swings. So if I did some lead arm only swings and I consciously pull down first without rotating, then obviously you're going back to that chip shot where you feel completely stuck. Whilst if you do some lead arm only swings and you rotate your chest through first, then you're going to get that sense of complete liberty, which is ultimately what we're after. So one of the drills that I get all my students to do, especially ones that feel a little stuck, is just to experiment doing some swings lead arm only, because you'll really get that feeling of that chest propelling that lead arm through towards the target. And like I say, it really reduces any excessive club face manipulation as well. So that downswing sequence, is all about understanding how important the rotation and also that orientation of getting that pelvis pointing downward, because that's what moves the shoulder, which moves the hands, which moves the club in towards that hitting area. Catch up with you guys again really soon.